Oh, they're extremely important because people just, like, they don't have the time sometimes to network offline, and it can be very intimidating for a startup, for a young entrepreneur going into a room full of suits, you know. Well, I found it when I had my own business. And so if you're networking online, like, social media is the place to network now as well. Like we do, Twitter especially, I find very good. I've nearly 8,000 followers on Twitter, and I found I'm here today because of Twitter, to be honest, you know.
And if you aren't into social media, are you in danger of being left behind in business nowadays?
I think you are, yeah, I really do think so. But that's why I'm having the conference. I'm trying to encourage Wexford businesses in particular to go onto Twitter and to use social media a bit more, because it certainly boosts your chances of getting found online. You know, if people use Google to look for things now, you know, like, and if you put in Google search, you know, hotels in Wexford, the people who are using social media are going to come up first. You know.
All right, so you have a conference coming up on Wednesday the 26th of June. It's actually free. So is this to make businesses aware? Is it for business community, or is it for everybody?
It's for the business community and for any budding entrepreneurs out there. I love to encourage entrepreneurship. I actually have a Young Entrepreneurs Alliance that I started here in Wexford through SunZu, and we meet every second week in the potato market there, and we have casual bounce ideas off each other and businesses getting done. So the conference is really for anyone who's thinking of starting a business and who wants to learn more about how to get online. And I think for Wexford businesses in particular, there's a Twitter workshop, and it's free. Yeah. Which I think is brilliant. Wexford County Enterprise Board have funded it for me so that it's free, because when you're an entrepreneur, Alan, to be honest, every penny counts, you know. And if you can get to the conference, there's a workshop that will teach you how to get onto Twitter, how to get onto SunZu, and how to use them effectively for your business.
It starts at 2 o'clock, is it, to 5, and then something else happens between 6:30 and onwards into the night, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's when the real networking starts. And I've also got a few young budding entrepreneurs that will have stands at the event to show off their businesses. We'll have Bill Yao coming from Cork. He's a wonderful man. He is a co-founder of southeastradio.com. We have a few Coder Dojos in Wexford, actually. I started the one in Wexford Town in the Wexford Study Hub.
What are they?
They're teaching coding to children, which is very important, because later on they don't actually learn it in school. And it's just a way for children to learn coding in a fun environment, and they learn how to program, make their own games and stuff. So if your son or daughter is always on video games and stuff, it's a way of teaching them how to make their own ones. So it's brilliant, and it's all free, voluntary.
Let's go back a little bit then. We'll go down through each of the keynote speakers. Lorna Sixsmith, along with yourself, are going to do the initial afternoon session. Who is Lorna Sixsmith?
Lorna Sixsmith is a brilliant lady. She does a lot of social media workshops, and she does them here in Wexford as well. She's based in Carlow, but she does Right on Track. She's a very inspirational lady, and I just thought she'd be the one to do the workshop. So myself and Lorna.
She'll teach you how to set up an account, is that right?
Yeah, and I'll be there as well to help out, and I'll go around individually to people if they need a little extra help.
How to write a tweet, because you're limited by what you can say in a tweet, aren't you? You can link into other areas. Yeah,
140 characters in a tweet, but you can do it. You have to be a bit imaginative and a bit creative, but you can do it.
If I mention the word hashtag to you.
A hashtag is a topic, like, let's say, like Irish Biz Party is one hashtag that we use on a Wednesday night, every Wednesday night from 9 to 11 on Twitter. And basically it means that anyone that uses that hashtag, you can join in that conversation. So let's say there's a conversation about Obama today. Yeah. If you just go onto that hashtag, you're guaranteed to see anyone that's talking about Obama on that day.
Right. Does it also guard you against the dangers of expressing too much on Twitter and the safeguards? Are there certain rules that you have to apply when you start using Twitter?
Well, we'll teach all that in the workshop, but really the main thing is to just be careful of people who look a bit dodgy. Like, if she looks very extremely beautiful and she's saying she works in accountancy, you kind of have to just check and make sure the account's legit, you know. That's all really. But we will teach you all that kind of stuff on the workshop. Let's
move on then to the whole idea of creating an article, how to find connections. You're going to teach people all this as well?
Yeah, I'm going to teach them all about SunZu, how to create an article, how to create your profile, how to use it to get the visitors you want to your site, because you're going to actually show yourself as the expert in what you do. So let's say I'm an accountant and I want to talk about tax, stuff like that. If I'm constantly writing articles, and they get shared by myself and Lyndon Wood, who's the founder. Yeah. I've got 8,000 followers, Lyndon has 20,000 followers, for example. You're talking 28,000 people seeing that article. So if you're constantly doing articles about accountancy, people are automatically going to think of you when they want to get an accountant. So it's just brand recognition and showing yourself as the expert.
Just looking at some other areas of this that are of interest. How to get out of your own way. What does that mean?
Yes, Gwen is actually doing, she's coming to speak. She's coming from Cork as well. Yes, sorry, she's coming from Cork, and she actually is supposed to be a very inspirational, motivational speaker. So I just said, right, we'll have Gwen, and she's very happy to come along and speak. So
what does she mean by getting out of your own way?
I don't know, you'll have to come and see. It's more or less about, sometimes we can put barriers up that we don't actually realise we're
barriers you put up yourself.
Yeah, like it could be confidence issues, it could be how we promote ourselves or how people perceive us, and I suppose it's about making sure that you're putting the right message across, and like you have to put a message across that are going to make people want to connect with you. And like there's no point in you going to a networking event and just selling. Yeah. People want to build up a relationship. If you listen to people and listen carefully to what they have to say, they're going to want to listen to you then.
So it's all about communication.
Absolutely.
Through social media, and also will help you in your own personal communication.
Absolutely. I mean, there's Bill Yao is speaking also, and he's so inspirational, and he's got great tips for networking. Especially, I find if you ask someone, what can I do for you? Instead of just trying to get something out of it yourself all the time, it will come back to you eventually, And
how are you coping with the business community here in Wexford?
I actually find it great. There's so many people here in Wexford that people don't know about, that aren't aware of. And the whole thing is getting your name out there, and we need to kind of get together, work together and promote Wexford as a place to do business, as an entrepreneurial hub, because there are so many. We have the Young Entrepreneurs Alliance, we have the Women Entrepreneurs Alliance, and what I'm trying to do is build up a network that we're all going to help each other out, connect with each other, retweet each other's tweets, share each other's Facebook posts and promote each other, and then the business comes in to Wexford and promote Wexford.
And is it purely women you're dealing with? Or
no, male and female.
You're encouraging more women to come forward?
Well, I would, because well, anybody really. I mean, look, it's a recession, right? We've all had a few bad experiences, and some of us are in debt and stuff like that. But you can get out there and you can do it if you really are determined, and if you have the right support and the right knowledge. See, a lot of it is knowledge. I didn't have the right knowledge, to be honest, Alan. I did my best, and I actually sold the company there 2 months ago to a new owner, which is fantastic. But if I'd had more knowledge and more guidance, I think it would have helped a lot. Just
to summarise then, the event itself takes place 2 o'clock to 5 o'clock, Wednesday the 26th of June. It's at White's Hotel in Wexford Town. Yeah, White's Hotel. And if they want to book a place, they have to go onto the Wexford County Enterprise Board website. So www.wexfordceb.ie.